the NFL. But a wheel decides what year their quarterback is from. We're going all the way back to the year 2000. Thanks to MaddenRatings.weebly.com. We have a list of every team's starting quarterback since Madden 01. So we put all the Maddens on the wheel between now and then, and we're about to shake up the NFL. Now, a quick note on the video, I made sure the ages were accurate, and I used that for context. So for instance, Josh Allen, if he's like a 74 overall as a rookie, yeah, I'm gonna give him star dev. He was a top 10 pick. But Jay Cutler, if he was like a 78 overall in his last year, then yeah, he's probably gonna get normal dev, even though he's a higher overall. So once we land on a year or a Madden, we go to MaddenRatings.weebly, open up the Madden we landed on, click on the team, and then we can go to their exact ratings and put it in the game. So without further ado, let's just get right to it. First spin of the video is for the Chicago Bears. You can see all the Maddens on the wheel. We're gonna keep it on there. We're not gonna take any off. And the first spin is gonna be one of my favorite Maddens ever. Madden 16. The Bears had a 79 overall Jay Cutler. So here he is on their team. New QB1 in Chicago. Next spin was for the Cincinnati Bengals. We're going in alphabetical order as per usual. And they're gonna get a mini downgrade to Joe Burr as they land on Madden 06. They had another number 9 at quarterback, but it was Carson Palmer. 84 overall. Not too shabby, man. The Bengals have a decent history at quarterback. Next spin was the Buffalo Bills. And this one actually lands on a more recent Madden. Okay, Madden 19, when they had a rookie Josh Allen. So as we mentioned, he's gonna be star dev, but his overall takes a huge hit. However, he remains the starter in Buffalo. Now we're on to the Denver Broncos. This spin is gonna end up being another recent Madden, Madden 22, when they had Teddy Bridgewater, 73 overall. They actually get an upgrade at QB. Don't know if I can say the same for the Cleveland Browns. Their spin's gonna land on Madden 16, and their QB was journeyman Josh McCown, 72 overall. They might rely heavy on Nick Chubb. One of the best spins of the video so far has to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who do you think it could be? Come on, man. Think recent history, okay? Madden 23, 97 overall. Tom Brady is back on Tampa Bay, trying to get them another Lombardi. The Arizona Cardinals up next, and they're actually going to get a guy at QB who played against Brady, and we landed on Madden 09, so you'll see that it's an 85 overall Kurt Warner. The Los Angeles Chargers are going to land on a Madden where they were still called San Diego, I believe. Madden 17, when they had an 84 overall Phillip Rivers leading the way. A huge downgrade in overall for the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to end up landing on Madden 18 when Alex Smith was the starter at an 81 overall. So no more Mahomes in Kansas City. There might be a changing of the guard in the AFC at the top, and it could be Indianapolis. They end up landing on Madden 10 back when they had a 99 overall Peyton Manning, highest overall we've seen so far. Washington no longer is going to be starting Jaden Daniels. They don't land on Madden 24. Instead, they go back 14 years and land on Madden 10 when they had 77 overall Jason Campbell at QB. Then we had a couple teams in a row where their quarterbacks are actually going to stay the same. Okay, Dallas. They land on Madden 21 where Dak Prescott was an 84 overall, so he loses his abilities, but they still keep the same quarterback. Meanwhile, the Miami Dolphins are going to be one of the few teams where everything stays the exact same. They land on Madden 24, so Tua's going to stay where he's at. However, you can't say the same for Philadelphia and Jalen Hurts. He is no longer QB1 because they end up landing on Madden 08 when Donovan McNabb was QB1, 94 overall. On to the Atlanta Falcons. They're gonna get a solid spin. It could be a lot worse, man. They could have landed on Madden 22, 23. Instead, they land on Madden 10 when they had an 85 overall Matt Ryan. So some stability at QB. Not too much of a drastic change for the San Fran 49ers. They're gonna end up landing on Madden 13, where for the second time in the video, we're gonna see Alex Smith back on a team. First the Chiefs, now the Niners. Imagine if they meet up again. against each other in the Super Bowl. But this team might have something to say about it, at least on the NFC side of things, okay? The New York Giants are gonna land on Madden 09, and it's back when they had a 93 overall Eli Manning, two-time Super Bowl winner. The Jaguars are actually gonna get a nice upgrade at quarterback. Yeah, I know, from Trevor Lawrence. But if you're young, you might not remember that in Madden 04, they had an 86 overall Mark Brunell. The lefty is at QB1 for Jacksonville now. Our next couple quarterbacks are guys whose last name ends with Ton, T-O-N. Okay, the Jets are going to end up landing on Madden 08, where they had an 88 overall Chad Pennington. Not the strongest arm, but he was solid. And then back to the NFC, looking at the Detroit Lions. They end up landing on Madden 05, when they had an 83 overall Joey Harrington. Sticking in the same division, there's only a couple quarterbacks that the Packers could land on. They haven't had too many options at that position, okay? So you kind of already know who it is. Madden 20, Aaron Rodgers back in Green Bay was a 90 overall. I think this is the last team that ended up landing on the most recent Madden 24. The Carolina Panthers are going to stay the exact same. Bryce will remain QB1. However, the Patriots are not going to go too far back in history. They're going to end up landing on Madden 23 when Mac Jones, 78 overall, was their starter. However, we finally get a team that goes back a long time. Okay, the Las Vegas Raiders, going back to when they were Oakland. They end up landing on Madden 02 when they had a 92 overall Rich Gannon at QB. The Los Angeles Rams not gone too far back in the past. They end up landing on Madden 23 when they had an 85 overall Matt Stafford. This is probably not the Ravens fans' favorite video of all time. Then again, even though the overall goes down, they're going to land on a Madden where they have a Super Bowl winning quarterback. January Joe Flacco, 81 overall, is going to move in front of Lamar on the depth chart. There's really only one quarterback that Saints fans want. Okay, let's be honest, and they're gonna get him. Madden 07 is what they land on. Drew Brees, back in New Orleans, 91 overall. As for Seattle, there's a couple quarterbacks they might like, and even though it didn't end the best, they gotta be happy that they landed on Madden 16. They get an in his prime Russell Wilson, 89 overall. So many good quarterbacks coming back to the league. This season is gonna be a banger, and it keeps getting better. Okay, the Pittsburgh Steelers gonna land on Madden 06 when they had an 88 overall Big Ben leading the way. As for the Houston Texans, they actually don't have the worst history at quarterback. Like, it's better than you might think. So when they landed on Madden 08, I wasn't shocked to see an 83 overall Matt Schaub waiting there. Actually a higher overall than CJ. On to the Tennessee Titans. They're gonna get a sizable upgrade. After landing on Madden 15, they end up with a 75 overall Jake Locker. And as if we didn't have enough elite quarterbacks in both conferences, why not add another one? With the final spin, the Vikings land on Madden 04, and they get an 88 overall Dante Culpepper, who threw to Randy Moss once, and now he gets to throw to Justin Jefferson. I have rearranged every depth chart to make sure the right guys are starting it. Every team, except for two, has changed their starting quarterback, man. Let me know your predictions now. Pause it if you have to. Who's coming out of the AFC and the NFC? Will we have both Alex Smiths in the Super Bowl, or will there be someone else? Pennington and the Jets get the 1 seed in the AFC. Dolphins with Tua get the 2 seed. Jags with Brunell. Raiders with Gannon, and Patriots with Mac Jones go 10-7. Steelers with Big Ben, and then the Ravens with Flacco end up making it. So the Colts with a 99 Peyton miss out on the playoffs. Same with the Texans, the Chiefs, so no Alex Smith Super Bowl, unfortunately. Bills, Chargers, Titans, Browns, Bengals, and Broncos all miss out. Vikings go 12-5 with Dante Culpepper. They get the 1 seed. Rams with Stafford. Falcons with Matt Ryan. Both go 12-5. Cowboys with Dak 11-6. Niners with Alex Smith go 11-6, so at least one of them could make it. And then the Bears with Jay Cutler go 10-7. And the Seahawks with Russell Wilson end up making it to the playoffs. The Eagles with McNabb at a 94 didn't make it. The Saints with Breeze. Both of those teams finished above 500, but but couldn't get in the playoffs. Packers with Rodgers missed out. I mean, the NFC was a bloodbath. Lions, Cardinals. The Bucks with 97 Brady didn't make it. They go 7-10. The G-Men with Eli go 5-12. Commanders and then Panthers also don't make it. Crazy season. Matty Ice wins MVP. Pennington ends up second. McNabb finishes third. And his team didn't make it to the playoffs, man. You gotta feel bad. That shows he did all he could. Coach of the year, Robert Saleh. OPOY goes to Mixon. TJ Watt wins DPOY. Best QB, Pennington. Running back, Mixon. Chase wins wide receiver. 3 Chiefs in there for best O-line. No wonder why they made it. Max Crosby wins best D-line. It's TJ Watt, best linebacker. And then Ramsey, best DB. As for the NFC, Cooper Kupp wins OPOY. Hutchinson wins DPOY. Best QB, Matty Ice. Running back, CMC. And then Kupp, wide receiver. Martin wins best O-lineman. Hutchinson, best D-lineman. Rashawn Gary, best linebacker. Slay, best DB. I'm gonna go team by team. Look at all their stats individually. Cutler with a nice season. Palmer, good ratio. Allen, a little bit too many interceptions. Remember, he was a rookie though. Bridgewater, he was a 70-something, but he was known to take care of the ball, so that's a little bit surprising he threw that many interceptions. McCown with a decent season. Brady, I thought he would do way better than that. 20-10 ratio. Warner, really nice. Rivers did what he could. Alex Smith in that Chiefs offense produced. Peyton, I thought he would throw for a lot more. Jason Campbell, 23-11. Prescott, of course, he's familiar with that playbook, that scheme. Tua did okay. McNabb, decent season. Very good ratio. Matty Ice, 37-3. No wonder why he won MVP. Alex Smith did well on the Niners. No wonder why that one made it. I don't know how the Chiefs didn't make it. They had 3 offensive linemen as the top 3 best O-linemen, and they didn't make it. Pennington's ratio was nuts, 33-2. Harrington also did pretty solid. Rodgers back to almost MVP form. Bryce Young, a little bit too many interceptions. Remember, he's a rookie. Mac Jones, 29-10. So really good season from him. Was not expecting that. 22-7 for Gannon, 31-8. Matthew Stafford over 4,300 yards. Flacco in that Ravens scheme. Breeze did as well in the Saints scheme. Russell Wilson did okay. Same with Big Ben. Matt Schaub actually killed it in Houston. Jake Locker, a little too many interceptions. Culpepper, 4,400 yards, 32 touchdowns. How did they stack up? Oh, he had the most in the league. Not surprising when you have Jefferson, Addison, and Hawkinson. Okay, not to mention Aaron Jones at running back. Very solid offense. Cannot wait to see what happens in the playoffs. Eli threw the least passing yards out of any starter. Alex Smith, the most touchdowns out of any starter. Let's go ahead and see. Let's scroll all the way down. It was Teddy B. Brady only had 1 more than him, so that's kind of crazy. Rushing-wise, Joe Mixon leads the way. 1,700 yards. McCaffrey, Henry, Jacobs, and Kenneth Walker rounding out the top 5. Let's see all of them that had at least 1,000 yards on the season. James Cook right there, who had the most touchdowns. It was Mixon. What a season by him. No wonder why Shaw was cooking, man. The running game firing on all cylinders, so that frees up the pass game. Receiving-wise, Cooper Kupp had a little bit more yards than Justin Jefferson, but I think Jay Jettis had the most receptions in the league. Let's finish scrolling to everyone that had 1,000 receiving yards first. Now let's see receptions. Yep, Justin Jefferson easily the most. Only 3 guys had 100 plus. Kelsey's still up there. Even with a change at quarterback, Alex Smith went to him early and often, and then Ayuk and Kupp, 18 receiving touchdowns, tied for the most in the league. On defense, Fred Warner with the most tackles. Most sacks goes to TJ. Crosby and Hutchinson right behind them. Look at Devontae Wyatt, though, the young guy. Up there in the top 5. Tackles for loss, Crosby, Hassan Reddick. Here we go. Jets and Vikings, Culpepper and Pennington with the first round buys. And they both get to the final 4. Minnesota takes care of Russell Wilson in Seattle. Now they have a matchup against Dak and the Cowboys. Meanwhile, the Jets take care of Big Ben and the Steelers. And now they're playing against Mark Brunell and the 2-seed Jags. Here's how it happened. Jacksonville clutched up against January Joe. Not an easy win right there. Seahawks beat the Rams. Raiders beat the Patriots. Falcons beat the Bears. Steelers take care of the Dolphins. And Dallas beat San Fran. And then they destroyed ATL and the MVP Matty Ice 35-7. The Raiders got clobbered by Jacksonville. Minnesota took care of the Seahawks, of course. And then the Jets beat the Steelers. This is too dope, man. You get old school quarterbacks going at it. 2007 versus 2003. Brunell versus Pennington. Oh no! First play is an interception. Come on, man. I just hyped you up. I said old school is beautiful. I mean, technically they did throw a lot more interceptions back then. It wasn't frowned upon as much. You feel me? Anywho, Brunell to DJ Reed Jr. First pass from scrimmage. Just great play by the DB. Gotta get at least 3. Here's Mike Williams in the slot. Free release for him. Pennington instead dumps it off to Conklin. They're gonna get the first. Uh-oh, here comes the blitz. Pennington getting hit as he throws it. Still completes that one. one. Nasty pressure right there. Speaking of defense, do we do this for defensive players? You know, spin a wheel, see the best defensive player. You know, depending on what year it is, you guys let me know by liking the video. Pennington going down Woods with the sack. The Jets are forced to take 3. First drive by the Jags was kind of ugly, so you're gonna give them another chance. Brunell on his 3rd and 2 under center. Bunch to the left. Jets rushing a lot of people, but ETN still finds a crease and picks up the first down of the video. Jets with another chance to get off the field. Hassan Reddick and Quinnen right next to each other. Going against Scherf in the right side. The O-line. Brunell gonna complete it, but Kirk did not drag his toes. Gonna bring up a 4th and 1. They're gonna punt the football. So kind of a lackluster first quarter from Jacksonville. Hopefully they can pick it up, make this a game, because the Jets are up 10-0 at one point, 17-3, make it 20-3. Heading into quarter number 3, Jacksonville finally gets a touchdown, but it's too little too late, man. This one's not close. 27-17. Chad Pennington is headed to the Super Bowl. Phenomenal game by him. 312 yards, 138.6 passer rate, and ETN 8.8 yards a carry. Like, he was doing all he could. Jets run game wasn't doing that great, but they didn't need it to. Okay, their passing game was doing phenomenal. That interception by DJ Reed Jr. set the tone, and they're headed to the Super Bowl. Now, I'm excited for this one. We have Dak and the Cowboys against Culpepper and the Vikings. 2 high-powered offenses. Dallas off to a good start on the ground. Zeke, 13 yards on his first carry. Got him wearing the wrong number. That's my fault. Okay, he should be 15. I'll try to fix it for the next time. Anywho, 3 straight runs for Mr. Elliott. They have yet to pass the ball. They're down in 6. Vikings with a chance to get off the field. Look at this formation. Spreading everything out wide. I wouldn't be surprised to see another run. No. It's going to be a pass. Vikings send a blitz. Dak gets rid of it, but it's out of bounds. Good stop by Minnesota. Dallas is going to punt. Here is Mr. Culpepper with Jay Jettas and all that talent, man. He's about to go crazy. First pass completed. He knows what it's like having an elite wide receiver, one of the best to ever do it, and Randy Moss. And there's Jefferson getting targets early. That's what you want to see if you're rooting for Minnesota. 1st and 10, Culpepper dropping back again. This time it's Addison with the reception. If I'm not mistaken, they had Chris Carter back in the day on that team with Randy Moss. I'm pretty sure. So he knows what it's like having multiple guys that can catch the football and make plays. Addison with another reception. This time it's a 1st down. Culpepper scrambling. This time he's not going to get rid of it. It's Clark with the sack. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, though. This O-line still has to block Parsons. They have to block D-Law. Speaking of Lawrence, he almost gets to Culpepper, forces a bad pass. So the question is, as you can see, will the Vikings have enough time to throw? They're just going to go to the halfback draw. Aaron Jones with his first touch only gets 2 yards, and both teams punting on their first drive. All right, who's going to strike first in this one? It's the Cowboys. Early in the second, they get a touchdown, but it's a low-scoring game. Both defenses playing really well. Maybe I spoke too soon. The Cowboys go up 21-0 in the 3rd quarter. How are they shutting out Dante Culpepper in this offense? 35-0. Domination, man. I did not see that coming. I thought for sure if the Cowboys would score this much, the Vikings would be able to keep pace. Culpepper had 1 interception. They just could not get Jefferson going. That was the only catch he had. The one we saw, that's crazy. You have to just target him as much as possible when you're down that much. Like that's not gonna cut it. Then again, they could not block the Cowboys. 4.5 sacks for Parsons, 3 for Lawrence. That's like 9 sacks. Okay, Culpepper just didn't have time. So the Vikings O-line is what did them in. I'm willing to bet my life savings, all $12, that nobody predicted the Jets and the Cowboys to make it to the Super Bowl. Maybe Dallas, because they make it a lot in these sims, but Pennington over guys like Peyton, over Rich Gannon, over Big Ben. I'm sorry, there's no way you guys predicted that. Conklin, back-to-back catches to start this one. And if you did predict him, you probably went with the other ton. So Harrington and the Lions clearly are not here. Anyways, 3rd and 6. Pennington trying to roll out, but there's Lawrence picking up where he left off. This Dallas D-line. Looks like they're going to be the X factor once again. Here comes the Cowboys. Same thing they did to start last game. Running the football. Zeke with 3 yards. Shotgun this time. Right back to Zeke. I'm loving how they're sticking with the run game. Elliott getting them across the midfield. 3 straight runs. This is crazy. The Jets cannot stop Elliott. Off to the races. He's gonna get down to the 1. 62 yards already. They get up early, which they're probably about to do. Gonna be tough to move the ball. I mean, that pass rush is scary. Dak to the end zone, touchdown. Cowboys looking good. I'm gonna give the Jets another chance because I'm pretty sure it was a quick 3 and out. If not, it was a very short drive. So let's watch and see if they can match the drive the Cowboys just put up. Nice pass by Pennington. His favorite target early on has been Tyler Conklin. Second down and 3. Shotgun once again. Another pass, play action. Pennington on the run, gonna find Garrett Wilson. 5 of 5. Start of quarter number 2, 2nd and goal. Pennington to the end zone. Williams with the catch. We have a tie game. 7-all. Cowboys, though, their offense is too good. 14-7, and then it was 14-14. Cowboys, in such quick succession, get 14 unanswered. It's 28-14 now in the 4th quarter. Kendricks with an INT, and Dallas just dominated. It's crazy, man. Prescott, I guess, you know, the scheme, the team, like, he was very familiar with everything and everyone. They end up hoisting the Lombardi, man. Credit to them. Jets got there with Pennington. Shows he was pretty solid, or maybe the, you know, roster's pretty good as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Can we get to 300 likes? I think we can do it, man. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.